Hello and welcome. This is Paul Pappas from Mortgage Choice. One of the most frequently asked questions we receive is, how do I buy property? Now, whether you're a first home buyer or looking to upgrade your home, it is a big decision because of the amount of money involved. Just ask yourself a simple question. When was the last time you spent 500,000, 600,000, $1 million, or even more of your own money on your own property? So it is a very daunting process, and it's a process that we are very much here to help our clients and have helped our clients for many years now in terms of buying property. It's what we do specialize in, and we're here to help you as well. So you've been online and seen some properties. You might have even got a few open houses. What do you do next? So, well, let's start talking about that and help you through the process. So the first thing you need to do is work out where your deposit is coming from and how much of a deposit you need, that you do have, I should say. Now, as a minimum, you do need a 5% deposit. Banks will lend you 95% maximum, and you need to cover stamp duty costs. Usually, stamp duty costs are 4 to 5%. Now, if you're a first home buyer, you might not be have to pay stamp duty. That's great. So talk to us. So as a minimum, you will require a 5% deposit as a contribution for the loan and the purchase, and a further 5% to cover the various costs. So you need about 10% all up. If you've got more, fantastic. The more, look, at the end of the day, like anything else, the more you have, the better. And it'll be better for you in terms of what you could borrow and what you could spend. But if you don't quite have the 10% that's required, maybe talk to some family members in terms of gifting some monies to you, or even providing some other forms of family support in terms of um, providing some kind of security support and so forth. So that's how you could potentially look at evaluating your deposit. Once you've evaluated your deposit, you've then really got to work out what you can afford. What's your capacity? So what's your capacity in terms of being able to afford a home loan and being able to purchase property and so forth. The simple calculation that we have in terms of working out your capacity for your home loan is this, and that is, what is your current level of savings and what is your current level of rent? Add the two together, and that's what you can really afford as a home loan repayment. So if you're saving $2,000 a month, paying $500 a week, call it another $2,000 a month in terms of rent, you've got capacity of $4,000 as an example. So then we can work out how much that will allow you to borrow as a home loan. But it's important that you do that calculation first. We can help you with it, but it's important that you do that first. Once you've established that, the next step is getting yourself ready and in a position to be able to purchase property. And that process is called a pre-approval. And we can certainly arrange that for you, and we encourage you that we provide that for you. There are a couple of different types of pre-approval. We do not recommend in any way, shape, or form computer-generated pre-approvals that a lot of banks are providing clients these days. It's quite dangerous. It's not really a proper assessment. So talk to us about getting a proper pre-approval whereby you provide all your documentation that are correctly assessed to assess your level of pre-approval. Your pre-approval will allow you to essentially be able to buy a property tomorrow, whether it be at auction or otherwise, but you need to be in a position to be able to purchase a property as soon as the right property is located. That's what the pre-approval will allow you to do. Place you in a position to be able to purchase a property as soon as you find the right property. So talk to us about that. It's valid for about 3 months, and hopefully that's enough time for you to find the right property. But if not, we can get that extended for you. You then start looking around and searching for property. And once you find a property, you then need to look at making an offer and buying the property. Now, once you find a property that meets your requirements, have a chat to us about receiving, I should say, a complimentary property report that we can provide to you that will help you determine what the value of the property is and a few other bits of information in terms of comparative sales of similar property in the immediate area and so forth. We provide that as a complimentary service to all our clients. Get us involved at this stage. Quite important, because buying property at auction versus buying property via private treaty are two very different processes that we'll advise you on. So get us involved at this early stage. At this stage as well, you'll need to start thinking about engaging the services of a solicitor or a conveyancer. Again, we can provide some recommendations to you in terms of engaging professional legal advice. But get us involved at this very critical stage. Once you've started looking at property, or found the property, I should say, and potentially looking at buying the property and agreeing on its purchase, we need to start talking about which lender, which product. Now, there's a whole heap of things that you need to consider in terms of, do I go fixed rate, do you go variable rate, do you do a combination of the two, do I go interest only, principal and interest, and so forth. We do have an update, a video update, I should say, on an interest rate update that we can provide to you, that we do produce on a regular basis. So if you're looking for our current recommendations on interest rates and so forth, please let us know. We can give you some advice on that. But talk to us about getting your loan products selected and so forth. Okay. Once you've done that, so you've selected, you've found the property, you've agreed to purchase it, you've come to an agreement on price and so forth. You then need to be in a position to be able to sign the contract and exchange contracts, which technically means that you've bought the property. Now, at that stage in time, you do need to engage the services of a solicitor to properly and formally advise you and explain the contract to you, so you know exactly what you're signing and exactly what you're purchasing. Very important that you do that as well at that same time. It's important also that at this point in time that we finalise your loan approval as well, so that you're in a position to essentially sign the contract, exchange contracts, pay a deposit, and minimise your risks. So please keep us involved in all these processes so that we can make sure that you're heading in the right direction and not committing yourself to things that you probably shouldn't be doing. So talk to us along those lines always, please. Depending on the property that you're purchasing and how it's sold, whether it's an auction or not, there may be a cooling off period. If so, it allows you to do some other inspections in terms of building and inspection reports, pest inspection reports, a time for your solicitor and conveyancer to explain the contract to you, time for us to finalise a loan approval for you as well. If you've got a cooling off period, it can work to your advantage. If it's an auction, there is no cooling off period, so all these things need to be done beforehand. But it does depend on the property that you're looking at purchasing and how it's being sold. Once you've purchased the property, and around 6 weeks thereafter, that's when you buy the champagne and celebrate the ownership of the property, because the property is yours. The keys are yours, you can move in, and that's where the fun starts. And that's what it's all about, starting to enjoy the property. And that's obviously when your loan commences as well. But more importantly, you've achieved your lifetime goal of buying your first property or upgrading and enjoying your new home. A really great time to celebrate, and we're very pleased once we've reached that milestone with you. We would certainly work with you and enjoy the occasion as well. So it's great as well. Most importantly, through this whole process, it's very important that you engage our services, and we really have specialised in helping so many clients over the years in buying property. It's what we love doing. Talk to us all the way through. We can very much give you lots of advice, lots of guidance in terms of what you need to do and so forth. If you need any help, and you will, please, that's what we're here for. Talk to us at any point in time. We're here to answer all of your questions. Please don't hesitate to ask. We'd love holding your hand of our clients through this whole process, because it can be daunting. Lots of time and money gets involved. So talk to us, please. All right. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Bye.